All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Morton on the right side. It's Hilton with a catch. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get it.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
To throw on 2nd down, Morton. And he will find his man on the outside. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now the pitch to Freeman. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Off play action. Morton. He's going to air one out. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Shotgun now for Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Go, go. Hey,
Working from the gun. Wentz. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. He dumps it to Hyde. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Wentz caught by the tight end Ertz. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of them.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, it's Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good game before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for. Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in. And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week. Excellent focus.
Lucky 56. Gone.
Looking to throw on second down. Morton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quadre Diggs. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception. Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well. And this is Ertz with it, right side. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing. And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance. And he did. Wentz now on first down. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down. In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Wentz going to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was. And Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football. On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it? It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal. That's fielded in the end zone. He spins free. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out. Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on second down. Morton, and he will find Ridley on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Morton. Looking deep for Hilton. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Morton. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll give the high. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. A give. This is Montgomery. And he's he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down.